Japan, from isolation to empire, from ruins to rebirth. Japan is a country of extremes. Ancient yet modern, isolated yet influential, defeated yet powerful. It is a nation that rose through discipline, fell through ambition, and rebuilt itself from absolute destruction. This is the complete story of Japan, a civilization shaped by tradition, war, and reinvention. Japan's story begins on a chain of islands at the edge of East Asia. For thousands of years, early communities lived by fishing, farming, and ritual, slowly forming a distinct culture separate from the Asian mainland. Over time, clans united under a ruling elite, and by the early centuries of the Common Era, Japan developed a centralized monarchy led by an emperor. Unlike many rulers elsewhere, the Japanese emperor was not just a political figure, but a sacred symbol believed to descend from the sun goddess. This belief created a powerful sense of continuity that still exists today. As Japan grew, real power shifted away from emperors and into the hands of warriors. By the medieval period, Japan became a land ruled by samurai, a warrior class bound by loyalty, honor, and discipline. Military leaders known as shoguns controlled the country, while emperors remained symbolic figures. Japan entered centuries of internal conflict, where rival clans fought endlessly for control. Out of this chaos emerged a strict social order, deep respect for hierarchy, and a culture that valued duty above life itself. In the 17th century, Japan made a radical decision. Fearing foreign influence and colonial domination, the shogunate closed the country to almost all outside contact. For over 200 years, Japan lived in isolation. No European armies invaded. No foreign rulers governed. No colonies were established. During this period, Japan developed independently, preserving its traditions, arts, and social structure while the rest of the world changed rapidly. But isolation could not last forever. In the mid-19th century, Western powers arrived at Japan's shores with modern warships. Japan was forced to open its ports. The shock was enormous. Japan suddenly realized how far behind it had fallen in technology and military power. Rather than collapse, Japan chose transformation. In 1868, Japan overthrew the old feudal system in what became known as the Meiji Restoration. Samurai privileges were abolished. Industry was modernized. Western science, education, and military systems were adopted. Japan did not slowly reform. It changed at breathtaking speed. Within a few decades, Japan transformed itself from a feudal society into a modern industrial power. But modernization brought ambition. By the early 20th century, Japan sought respect through strength. It defeated China. It defeated Russia, shocking the world. Japan believed empire was necessary for survival. It expanded across East Asia, occupying Korea, parts of China, and Southeast Asia. This expansion was brutal. Millions suffered under Japanese rule, and Japan's reputation darkened across the region. Japan's ambitions eventually collided with the United States and its allies. In 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor. World War II in the Pacific had begun. What followed was a war of unimaginable destruction. Cities burned, resources collapsed, civilians suffered, and then came the unthinkable. In August 1945, atomic bombs were dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. In seconds, entire cities were destroyed. Hundreds of thousands died. Japan surrendered. For the first time in its history, Japan was defeated and occupied by a foreign power. Its empire vanished overnight. Its future was uncertain. After the war, Japan faced a choice: revenge or reinvention. Under occupation, Japan abandoned militarism and adopted a new constitution. The emperor renounced divinity. War was rejected as national policy. Japan rebuilt itself not through conquest, but through industry, education, and discipline. Factories replaced battlefields. Technology replaced weapons. Within a generation, Japan achieved what seemed impossible. From ruins, it became one of the world's largest economies. Japanese cars, electronics, and innovation spread globally. Cities rose where ashes once lay. Japan had reinvented itself, not as an empire, but as an economic superpower. Modern Japan is a nation deeply shaped by memory. Tradition lives alongside technology. Ancient temples stand beside skyscrapers. Japan no longer seeks dominance through war. Instead, it influences the world through culture, innovation, and resilience. Its history is a warning and an inspiration. Japan rose through discipline, fell through ambition, and rebuilt through determination. Few countries have experienced such extremes and survived them all. If you want the history of every country that exists today, subscribe to this channel. Which country should I cover next?